Hi, everyone. How are you doing? I hope you're doing great. Happy Tuesday. Hope all is well. Hope your week, well, it's 2 days in, but hope it's been going well so far. Welcome to Facts and Two Cents. This is Petal. As you know, we are a channel that supports the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Harry, Meghan, Archie, Baby Lily, Mama Doria, Poola Guy, the chickens, all of us here at Sussex Squad. Welcome, 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 my friends. I wasn't on yesterday. I was gonna be on, but I was spending time with one of my dear, dear friends who I have really not spent any time with throughout the pandemic. And so I think I saw her once in person, and I was like, I couldn't pass up the opportunity to spend time with my peep. And so it was great, but it was all about the Sussexes because we spent the day watching Harry and Meghan. So we can't get away from it no matter what. She had not seen it and she wanted to see it, so she and I watched the first half of it, and I think she's gonna watch the second half by herself. But it was wonderful. So I had a great time. Hope you had a great Monday. I'm just gonna say hello to my friends in the chat. Hello, 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 my friends. How are you? Let's see. Fancy is here, and Rosa and MJB. Hello, how are you? I don't think I've seen you here before. Maybe I'm just forgetting. I might have. But welcome. Church Nelly, our awesome moderator, is here. Hello, Church Nelly. And Lottie is here. And Elaine Parker is here. And Annie is here. And Kenitha. Hello, guys. And let's see who else is here. Oh, Kathy Gabby is here. Gabby is doing the pink hand thing that I could never see. Verna Sanchez is here. Hello. Verda's, she's praying that we're all well. Yes, we are. And speaking for myself, obviously, and speak for others, but I hope all of us are doing well. Let's see. Betty Glenn is here. Hello, Betty. How are you? Welcome. And who else is here that's not in get? Oh, our awesome moderator, Karen M, is here. Hello, Karen M. How are you? Welcome. And Mackenzie is here. And who else? Angela Thomas is here. Mad World is here. Brenda Gray, Matilda. All of our peeps are here, and somebody's banging outside. I think they're still doing renovations, and all of a sudden there's banging outside. And my phone just went off. It's just all the noise all at once. Mara is here. Hello, Mara. And let's see who else is here. Tara and Janet. Hello, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Matilda and Sylvia is here, and Mashar is here. And Karen Warner is here in Mad World, and these people are still pounding. They're doing renovations across from us. So sorry if you hear a little bit of pounding. They're doing renovations. And of course, pounding is as soon as I start the podcast. It was perfectly quiet before. But anyways, hope it's not too loud. I am so sorry. We're having a bit of sound effect, again, as they're doing renovations. So, but anyways, welcome, guys, and we'll say hello to everyone as we go along. But happy Tuesday. Lots been going on. Well, kind of lots, but our faves have been quiet. They're, doing whatever they're doing in, under a tree in Montecito somewhere. And so they are fine. They are perfectly quiet and minding their business. And actually, right before I came on, it was literally before I signed on here, I saw a video. I happened to check into Twitter and saw a video from Prince Harry, a new video for WellChild, the WellChild Awards. And so they are nominating people now for the WellChild Awards. So he just put out, at least WellChild just put out a new video today and, inviting people to nominate someone. And so, especially if you're in the UK and, someone that could be nominated for this, these are for ill children who are sick and really having incredible challenges and who have been doing great things in their community. So definitely I'll put the link in the show notes. So if you know anyone that you'd like to nominate it for a WellChild Award, definitely go ahead and do that. So if you all could tell me if you could hear this pounding sound from upstairs, I'm like, why now? But that would be great. I hope it's not too loud. I am so sorry. But so yeah, and the wonderful thing about that too is I was just because I've been on Spoutable mostly. I've been trying to stay on Spoutable, which is the new Christopher Boozy social media platform, and sort of stay away a little bit from Twitter. And but I did find this on Twitter, and one of the wonderful things with WellChild is I don't know if they've done it before, but it's the first time I've seen it where they've turned off comments. And so I was like, good, they're learning, because obviously anything with Prince Harry and you thinking trolls, they will go under their post and just say a lot of horrible things. And so it's very good to see WellChild has turn off comments. So good. I was like, people are learning. They're learning how to handle trolls. You don't have to put up with that nonsense. Just turn off the comments and the squad will advertise it for you. So there you go. So, but other than that, our faves are doing whatever it is they're doing, enjoying life. And obviously, Harry's book Spare has obviously been number one since it came out, almost a month later, still number one. I think for either for memoirs or biography, one of those. In France, it is now number two. But it seems the rest of the book world, it is number one, and so that's doing great. It's so funny again, discovering library and book Twitter has been a thing, and so it's just like, oh wow, wonderful. So Library Act on the bottom left says hot picks. This month's hot pick is Spare by Prince Harry. Hot picks allow book borrowers to check out the popular titles, read it, return it all within a week. Read it already? Visit our library. So that's their hot pick at the top up there with Prince Harry. And also preview now. Prince Harry's Spare remains number one on the bestseller list. I'm telling you. All the things that I don't know what other people's either predictions or they were thinking that Spare would be in the sense of how successful. This has surpassed my wildest dreams or imagination of how big this book could be. And especially because everyone was, I don't know the best time to release books. I've never really focused on publishing or in the publishing world. But everyone was saying, you don't release a book in January. You release it before the holidays so people can buy books for Christmas. And so it was just January release was just not a thing. But all of a sudden, it is a thing. And every time I see the list of the number 1 to 5 or number 1 to 10, I always think of poor Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama is probably thinking, why did I have to release my book now? Why? Any other time I would be number 1, but for Prince Harry's book. I mean, I feel bad for Michelle. Michelle, I'm sure she's fine. Her book is doing great. But it hasn't reached number 1 only because Spare. And so, but it came out before Spare. So maybe it reached number 1 before Spare came out. But since Spare has been out, it's not been number 1. It's a lot of the lists I've seen is always like number 2. And so it's just, but again, Spare is doing amazing. One of our squaddies posted, this was from Mexico, and yep, it's Spanish language as well. Definitely number 1. And so it's really, I mean, I don't know what everybody else's dreams and predictions and thoughts were about what the sales or how successful. I mean, I knew it was going to be good in the terms of the content, but for me, and not only that it's number 1, is that people are so excited about it. And libraries are going, this is how I discovered there was a library Twitter. because all these libraries are just going crazy about this book, and it's just amazing. And so I just think, it has surpassed just what anything that I was thinking about at all in terms of this. So congratulations once again for like the millionth time, Prince Harry. Your book is amazing. So, and it's doing amazing. So, yeah. Verda says, I said before this book would blow all the way up, and it has all across the world, and I am loving it. Verda, I think I'm telling you, this was beyond anything I imagined. So, there you go. Your prediction came true. Your prediction absolutely came true. And Thierry says, although the haters are doing their best to discredit the book, it is still number one. I'm telling you, they have thrown everything at this book. And it just, it's just sort of like, just flicking them off to the side, whatever not negativity coming at the book. They just definitely just flicked it off all to the side. So yeah, it just it's amazing. Trish says, hello all in the live chat. I'm in the clouds. You're flying? What does in the clouds mean? How are you meaning this? So let me know. Are you flying somewhere, Trish Jelly? But whatever in the clouds mean, but just before we go on, as you can see the scrolly thing on the bottom there, definitely if you're new here and haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to our channel. Click the notification bell so that you know when we drop a video, and click and like the video. Please go ahead and like the video. Click share it with your friends. We're trying to build this platform, get it bigger. It's growing. It's just slowly growing, which is fine. As long as it's growing, I'm cool, but help us have it to grow. And also, if you're able, join the channel, become a member of our 2 Cents Crew, and where you support the channel monthly, that would be most appreciated. There are a few perks that go along with that. So thank you all so much who have already joined. So anyways, moving on. Thank you so much, Church Nelly, who is off in the cloud somewhere, doing whatever it is Church Nelly is doing. That's very, very innocent, I'm sure. And talk about our faves. I'm telling you, whatever Meghan does, no matter when she's done it, it has an impact. Who knew? I just saw this today. I was like, oh, well, actually, I saw it yesterday. I was like, oh, well, this is interesting. So Legal Cheat. I've never heard of them before, but there have a little article by Emily Hinckley. She says Suits Rachel Zane, which is Meghan's character on Suits, ranked among TV's most influential characters. I was like, oh, I had no idea. That's awesome. And the article, it goes on to says, Meghan Markle's character sent Google searches for paralegal career soaring, new research shows. Meghan Markle's character on legal TV drama inspires a wave of Brits to consider pursuing a career as a paralegal, according to new research. And I was like, oh, Meghan is not even there. And Suits is, when did, Meghan ended Suits, what, in 2016, 2017, 2018, whatever it is, she ended her run on Suits. And they're still talking about Suits and that it inspired people in the UK, no less. The article goes on to say, an analysis based on nationwide Google searches has revealed jobs held by on-screen characters have impact UK viewers the most. The research looked at jobs held by main characters across 200 popular TV shows and films and cross-referenced with the national search data to identify any related rise in interest from viewers inspired by the characters. Markle portrayed Suits character Rachel Zane, a paralegal, whose story arc in the series sees her achieving her dream of attending law school and starting her own law firm. Search interest in paralegal and law careers spiked after she appeared in the series. With her first appearance on the show pilot, triggering 5,300% uptick in Google search for paralegal and paralegal careers. And it's like, oh, So, I mean, I don't know if Megan knows about this. I don't know if it's the first time I'm hearing about this. And so it's just like, who knew? So there you go. Rachel Zane's character. Not only were William and Kate addicted to suits, but it seems Megan's character inspired others to go check out paralegal careers. I was like, that's awesome. I mean, hey, I don't know what it is now. I don't know what the the percentage of is now. I know at least it says when it started, but I don't know, if that's still a thing now where people are definitely going searching out paralegal for a paralegal career. But it's very interesting. Can you guys tell me if you're hearing this pounding? If you're hearing it, can you just give me a thumbs up? And I'm probably gonna have to take a break and move where I am and try to see if it's a little more silent. I thought whatever they're pounding upstairs is probably would have ended by now, but it's still going on. So let me know. Okay, so Laverne can hear it. Okay, so if you guys could give me a couple of minutes, I'm gonna try to move where I am and see if I can get a quieter space. So, oh wait, Verta says no. Okay, wait, can you hear it? Oh, nothing. Okay, Mackenzie can't hear anything. Okay. All right, so I guess you guys are not hearing it. I'm like, I thought it was gonna be a couple of seconds, but it's just like it's still pounding up there. It's like, why? So Patricia says, my coworker became a paralegal because of Rachel Zane. Oh my goodness. Go figure. She never spoke of suits until she graduated. We gave her a going away party. So proud of her. That is amazing. That is absolutely wonderful. There you go. There you go. So the study was correct. Okay, so you guys are saying no, you're not hearing anything. Okay, great. Thank goodness. Because I was just like, I'm just gonna have to try to uproot myself from this space. Okay, good. Thank you guys for letting me know you're not hearing anything. So that's good. But Wendy Loman says the UK tabloids portrayed Duchess Meghan as irrelevant. Even her character Rachel's profession is popular. Yeah. I think with the British tabloids, I think we've learned by now is it's always opposites with them. Whatever they say, just know the opposite is what's true. So yeah, so we've especially when it comes to Harry and Meghan, whatever they're saying, the opposite is what is true. So yeah, it's very interesting to know. Wow. And that is wow. She became Patricia's co-worker became a paralegal because of it. That is just so wonderful. I mean, for me, this article was just so random. I was just like, oh, it was just like news to me. But it's fantastic. Absolutely, absolutely fantastic. Hope's Garden says, you're good on sound pedal. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Hope's Garden. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you for thank you so much. It was just those wild pounding over us. But awesome. Let's see what else we got. Again, it's not a busy news day in terms of, with the Sussexes, but well, this happened I'm sure everybody has heard this before. I mean, I haven't been on here since this this was news. I think this was news a few days ago. So I'm assuming everybody knows this by now, that Meghan and was at Ellen's party. And then I guess at the Grammys, Brandi Carlile, who was singing, I think she sang First Time Ever I Saw Your Face or something like that. I think that was what was on Ellen's video. So Brandi Carlile, it's so funny. There was another singer that her name was Carlisle, Melinda Carlisle. And so when I saw a picture, they said, oh, Brandi Carlile was at the party with Meghan and Harry and all of that stuff. And I saw a picture. I was like, wait a minute, she doesn't look like Melinda Carlisle. And then I realized there are two different people. I was like, oh, there's a Melinda Carlisle. I think Melinda was with the what was it, the Go-Go's or something, I think was the group that she was a part of. And then Brandy. So I don't know if they're related or not. I have no idea. But Brandy was the one that was there, and so she talked about meeting. She was talked to ET and about meeting and talking to Harry and Meghan. So if you haven't heard, you probably have. I haven't been on here in a couple of days. So Brandy says we talked to them for a while. She and her partner. We talked to them for a while, for a long time. Like British accents, talked about angiograms. The singer said they just really felt like normal, decent, good humor people. We just had a great chat. I'm not going to pretend I haven't seen the hubbub, but I haven't paid very close attention to it. Talking about meeting and talking to Harry and Meghan, and this is so funny. Everybody who meet them just said the same thing about them. They're just normal, down to earth, funny people. And that's just the theme with anybody who has met Harry and Meghan. And you always know the people who have not, because they're, again, opposites. The opposite of what is true. And so and seems everybody had a great time at Ellen's and all of that stuff. But it's, again, it just highlights, you always know the people who have actually met Harry and Meghan and the people who have not. So yeah, it's just very, very cool. But I'm happy, they're doing well under a tree in Montecito. What else? Oh, this morning, this popped up. Reverend Al Sharpton was on GMB this morning. I think and I haven't seen the whole video. I think the whole thing was talking about police brutality, and I guess most likely in the US and also in the UK. But part of that conversation was about, obviously, if somebody from America comes on a British television show, it's 99.99999% they're going to ask about Harry and Meghan. And so especially that Reverend Al had spoken out about Jeremy Clarkson in the past. And so obviously they asked them, and Reverend Al and R.S. Locke posted this part today. Reverend Al talks about Jeremy Clarkson and just the how horrible what he wrote about Meghan. But he also talked about the fact that what would make you think that would be okay to write, and what would be, and he talked about also what Jeremy Clarkson did and what he wrote. It's just, he basically just exposed what was already there. So what Jeremy Clarkson, and why I'm sure Jeremy Clarkson wrote it, is because it's how they already think. He's just exposing who they are and how they are, their mindset and how they already think. And so as you can see, R.S. Locks on the right says, which is what Reverend Al says, he says, in many ways, they expose what were already there. And when people try to blame Meghan for their being exposed, that doesn't quite make sense. But the whole thing is like, Jeremy Clarkson is just basically dead and just expose who they really are. And so, but it's very interesting for me, because the reporter, the guy, was asking him about the press and the racism towards Meghan from the press. And I'm like, but the same racism was on GMB. GMB is no different from the tabloids. They do the same exact thing, including Susanna, whatever her last name is. They all sit there. They all bring on people who they know are abusive, people who they know are racist. Angela Levin, Tom Bauer. I mean, for how many years she sat there with Piers Morgan every day abusing Meghan, bullying, abusive, racist Piers Morgan. I mean, she sat there with him all the time. And so for them to be saying, the racist thing, and sort of like, oh, no, not us, those over there, the tabloids maybe, who are, being racist towards me. No, but you were the same. You're no different. So for me and all of this stuff, and I appreciate what Reverend Al Sharpton says, but it always amazes me that U.S. people, and if you're in the media, which he is, that they don't research these people enough. so that when they bring their stuff up, when they talk to you about, racism in the press, or the critique about Harry and Meghan, if you have not researched GMB or whatever show you're going on, you're not going to know that these same people have been doing this exact thing. They have no ground to stand on to be claiming other people have been racist. Why? Because they have also been racist. They have also been abusive. They've all been participating in the racist abuse against Meghan. And that's the thing for me. If you're in media, it is unacceptable to me that you will go on any show and not research who it is you're talking to, so that you can call them out right there in front of their face. You got to do these research. And I mean, I appreciate him saying, Reverend Al saying what he's saying, and he's there about police brutality and stuff. And he's not particularly, there about Meghan per se. But again, if you are in media, which he is, he's, I think he was on MSNBC or CNN, whichever one. I hadn't paid attention. I think MSNBC is like, you have to be aware, especially when you're dealing with anybody from the UK. You have to be aware of what their media and who said what. Go on their Twitter account, do your research before you go there. For me, it's not acceptable, to have them sit there and pretend like they had nothing to do with the abuse of Meghan and sort of just push it off on somebody else, So it just, again, I appreciate him saying what he's saying, but GMB is just as abusive. They're just as racist. They're just as everything else as the tabloids. They're all the same. I don't care if it's on BBC. They've all participated. And especially Susanna and them and whomever else at GMB. They're all the same. And so when you're sitting there, it's time to call all of them out, because they've all participated. They've all been profiting from hate. They've all been doing it. And so, yeah, that's all I got to say on that one. I'm going to jump in the chat what y'all say. Lorna says, "Spello, sometimes you have to walk into the lines, then look them in the eye and agree. I agree with you." Yeah, for me, it is long past the time for being polite. I have no patience for being, and Reverend Al is not polite in any way. It just, his thing is just, he was there, I think, for, police brutality. And of course, they asked him this. But again, if you're in media and you know stuff with Harry and Meghan, you got to research these people. You got to know who you're talking to. And for me, like, politeness when it comes to this stuff is out the window. All of them for me would be going down. I would be like calling all of them out, And that's why when I remember when Harry and Meghan were here for the Ripple Awards, and I was talking to that woman from, what was it, the Times or something, and she got really angry at me because I was like, "No, y'all racist." She's like, I was like, "I don't care. You're all in the same thing. You're all racist." She's like promptly walked far away from me, because I'm like, you're all in the same boat. If you're not standing up and calling it, you're all in the same boat for me. Sylvia says, "Oh, she's talking to Elaine. Oh my goodness, my friend, how time flies." Oh, Elaine, she's just asking Elaine how she's doing. Elaine, I hope you're doing well. Joyce says, "I think Reverend Al knows what GMB has done in the past, but unlike the UK press, he is more civil." I hope not, because I'm like, time for civil and all that stuff is over. That has been long gone. That is now is like calling you out to your face. That's this for me, that point where you could be civil. I mean, I'm not saying be rude, but be blunt and to the point, so Robert says, "Hello, Robert," joining us from Rome. Robert says, "Hi, Pedal and Squatties, jumping in from Rome, and the wine bar is open. Not hearing any pounding over here." Oh, good. But a Martinelli spritz has been, oh, thank you, Martin. Thank you so much, Robert. I will be enjoying my Martinelli cranberry spritz. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I look forward to my cranberry spritz. Oh, I love it. Let's see. Shirley Beverly says, hi Shirley. Shirley says, I think Reverend Al didn't want to overshadow what he was there for. He was invited, he answered correctly. And yeah, I mean, again, he was there for the police brutality stuff. So, and then obviously they asked him about that. But for me, they both could be answered forcefully and they both should be called out for all of it. So, whether it's calling that out, but, the truth is, with the British press, with this, what he says about Meghan is going to overshadow anything he says about police brutality anyway. So it's just one of those things. It's how their press work. Anything said about Meghan, they will run with that. Or Harry, they'll run with it, and that will overshadow anything else. So if it's going to overshadow, you might as well get what what you're thinking out. So let's say. Mackenzie says, oh, wait, Mackenzie, where did your thing go? Mackenzie, okay, says, I was thinking this morning that more Brits spoke out against J.K. Rowling's personal opinions than against Jeremy Clarkson's call for violence. And we know why that is. We know why that is. Definitely. Let's see. Some more before I go. Oh, Quasar. Oh, I'm hoping I'm saying that correctly. I don't know. I hope I'm saying it. Quasar says Belinda Carla and Brandy Carla is spelled differently, not related. Oh, okay. Okay, so I see this. I see it. Belinda has an S in her last name, and Brandy does not have an S. So no, they are not related. As I said, never researched them. I only, I thought it's one in the same. And then I realized oh, wait, they're two different people. So, okay. Thanks for that correction, Quessa. I appreciate it. That's me not knowing my Carlyles here. Let's see. Okay, so Sylvia says, oh, she's talking to Anne. You're right. Harry even knew he had to up his game when he met Meghan. Meghan's already doing wonderful good things in the world. That is true. Harry definitely said he had to up his game. And anybody in the royal family literally had to up their game to be on. I mean, even then they need up your game, and then you need improvement from that, even, to get on a level. So yeah, they're still not at that level, obviously. So, but anyway, moving on. Let's see what else I have. Hang on one second. Move that out there. Well, this also popped up just when I was about, and it popped up in time where I was able to pull it in. But Netflix, I'm telling you, Netflix is so messy sometimes. Netflix UK Ireland, Gillian Anderson, Keely Hawkes, Billy Piper, and Rufus Sewell. I only know Gillian Anderson, the rest I don't. Will star in Scoop, a film based on Sam McAllister's memoir, giving the inside account of the Newsnight bombshell interview with Prince Andrew. That's right. So the cast for the Prince Andrew film based on that documentary, there they are. Interesting. Gillian Anderson plays Emily Maitlis, Newsnight lead presenter who conducted the interview. Keely Hawes plays Amanda Thirst, the private secretary for Prince Andrew. Billy Piper plays Sam McAllister, who negotiated the bombshell booking. And Rufus Sewell plays Prince Andrew. And it's okay, interesting. I'm telling you, Netflix they are being messy. And so I guess something else for the royal family, just know whenever stuff like this come out, there'll be all kinds of crazy. Meghan and Harry did just about everything to cover this up. So just be prepared. Just know it's happening, and it just, I was like, well, I mean, just the interview was fine. I don't know why you needed a film about it, but okay. UK Netflix is doing their thing, and so now it's going to be a film. And so now you're going to hear the British press are going to be going after Netflix once again. And obviously they're going to throw in the Sussexes once again, as they always do. So just kind of expect whatever from the British press and this, but it's very interesting. So yeah, Gillian Anderson is fantastic, in just about everything. Wasn't Gillian? Was she in? Was she in The Crown or something? I don't remember if she was or not. For some reason I thought she was in The Crown. And I think who played Margaret Thatcher? Was it her that played Margaret Thatcher? Or maybe I'm thinking of another actress. But I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of another actress. But anyways, it should be interesting. I know she is a fantastic fantastic actress. So I'm sure she will be a fantastic Emily Maitlis. And so I wonder if Emily Maitlis and that whole team participated in the film. That would be very interesting to know if they did or not. So yeah, very interesting for the royal family. That's coming up. And this was a very interesting story. I saw this article from Inside Story. And it's an article that really covers Spare, and it also covers the Harry and Meghan docuseries. And again, like I was saying yesterday, my friend and I watched the first half of it. So, it's a great refresher. So this article kind of covers and just, what the writer was taking out about this and what they, so they talked a lot about, Harry and Meghan's relationship with the press, how similar, and how Harry and Meghan are really following, and they are just as, they want to quote unquote kind of that rebellious nature against, how they have approached, whether it's the things that they're advocating for, just the way Princess Diana did. So they did a lot of matchup between what they're doing and what Princess Diana did. And also part of the story was about Australia. I think it's an Australia news outlet. The monarchy's role in Australia. And so now we know that, they have a Republican prime minister. So, who seems kind of dragging his feet a little bit, I was like, you're a Republican. Why aren't you, getting there quicker? Maybe. There's a lot of Republican talk right now, kicking King Charles to the curb. We learned a few days ago that he's not going to be on their $5 bill, and as the Queen was. So that's a step, I guess. And then but this article, apart from the stuff with Princess Diana, this is what it says about the monarch's relationship with Australia and what they feel like needs to be done. So I'm going to take away my banner a little bit. It's a little bit of it's a little bit of reading, but that's okay. I think it's all right. It says Harry and Meghan and the Republic in Australia. Coverage of the series, which is the Harry and Meghan docuseries, and the memoir gradually shifted from a kind of can't watch it, won't read it scorn to a very mixed or more earnest consideration of issues the series and the book raise. One of those issues is the future of the monarchy in Australia. What about Australia? What should our future relationship be with this dysfunctional British family? Does Harry and Meghan's story have any implications for us? While Australian Republican move has so far said little about the couple commentary on their significance or any Australian Republic has been, while Australian Republican movement has so far said little about the couple, commentary on their significance for an Australian Republic has been growing. We agree with Jenny Hocking, who writes, this now openly feuding family provides our head of state imposed on us and 14 other Commonwealth nations by dynastic succession and inherited title alone, in which we have no say and no relevance. It inevitably reignites question about why Australia is still a constitutional monarchy. And it goes on to say, Harry and Meghan and Spare demonstrate with great clarity how the monarchy continues to be shaped by British history, British concerns, and British symbolism, and not at all by Australian or indeed Commonwealth ones. The evolution of the monarchy as the institution is clearly outside of our control and always will be. The tabloid British media have deeply compromised the monarchy and the royal family, and sections of the Australian media, especially those that are Murdoch controlled, have too often joined in, with several Caribbean nations forging new Republican paths for themselves. Surely it's time for Australia to do the same. And so you're hearing this noise in Australia. It's getting louder and louder and louder. And I mean, you have to agree. It's like everything is shaped by the UK. Everything is shaped by them and their former colonies that they still are head of state are just sort of have to go along with whatever they say. And so it's just like, why aren't you moving faster? But again, it's getting louder again. They've just decided King Charles is not going to be on their $5 bill. And so that's a good step forward. But hey, maybe Canada would join them. I mean, Australia would be a big one for them to lose, because Australia and Canada are two of the biggest ones, and at least the wealthy ones, the wealthier of the Commonwealth countries. And so Australia would be a big one for them to lose. But again, the voices are rising louder. So that's good. That is very, very good. And so I'm glad that Harry and Meghan's documentary and Spares really opening up people's eyes. And again, do you really want this dysfunctional family running your country, or at least being head of state of your country? It's like, why? They have nothing to do with the everyday life in your country. Why should you have them be head of state of your country? That's craziness. That is absolute craziness. So good for Australians. That's all I say on that one. And let's see what else I have. Moving on from that stuff, I'm sure we all know about what happened a couple of days ago in Turkey and Syria, and the big earthquake that happened there. Thousands of people have lost their lives. And one of the things when people was like, where do we donate? It's one of the places I was like, yeah, I'm sure at some point World Central Kitchen, they're going to be part of it. And so people obviously are like, World Central Kitchen, are you guys coming to Turkey and to Syria? And so it really is a testament to the kind of work that they do, that people are tweeting at them like, are you coming? We need you. And it's again, if you ever want to donate or to an organization, because again, they literally run to the struggle and run to feed people. And so Chef Andres got one of those texts. Hussein Ali Mirza, it's like, tweeting at Chef Andres, do you have any activity planned in response to the Turkey earthquake? Appreciate all the good work you do. And then, obviously Chef Andres responded. He says, as we speak, World Central Kitchen is looking into activation, #Chef for Turkey. And, so, more people obviously were talking. He's talking to more people. And then at the bottom, Wissam Jabbar, he's like, Chef, what about Syria? Things are as bad there. So I don't know. Hopefully they are able to get, set up in both Turkey and Syria. Because as we know, things are really bad there. At the top, one of the people, Maryam Dogan, she says, Chef Andreas Wilson, she said, there, Chef, I am a chef here in the hometown of Malatya, and the region in South and Anatolia are ruined. Immediately, they need to organize for food, but nothing there. I would like to be part of any organization as a voluntary chef. And so it's so good to see that people, they know where to turn. And that is a testament to the work that World Central Kitchen does around the world, that people like, okay, there's no food here. Who do we turn? Who do we know that would be, would work to get food to be able to feed people in these situations? And obviously we know that Harry and Meghan are partners with World Central Kitchen. The squad has been done a major fundraiser for World Central Kitchen to be able to fund stuff like this. So it is just, for me, it's wonderful to see that people, they know where to turn when in a crisis. And it's a testament to the work that they do, Chef Andreas and his team. So we can, please, I'm sure everybody is already praying for the men and women. They, again, thousands have lost their lives. It's crazy to see like these videos of buildings just coming down, and it is very, I'm telling you, life is short. Things happen fast, and it's unreal to see that. It's very, very, very jarring. So that's really cool. And also Global Citizens actually put this out yesterday. Michael Shedrick from Global Citizens, he said, sending love and support to those affected by the devastating earthquake in Syria and Turkey. Our hearts go out to all those impacted. The Global Citizen team has put together a list of how to help. And these are some different organizations that they suggested. I'm going to put the link in the show notes again before, if you're thinking of donating anyone, please vet all these organizations before you donate anything. Make sure that you're okay with them and their history and all of that stuff. So definitely, but I'll put the link in the show notes so you can see them. You can go research them and, look them up and see if it's something you want to do. But just in case you're interested in, donating or, supporting in any way, this is some good resources. So yeah, but again, definitely vet before anything else. And finally on this, and I'll stay in the chat for the rest of the time, one of our wonderful community members here, because we're going to be doing on the 25th of February, we're going to be doing a new book for our 2 Cents Book Club, Tyler Perry's Higher is Waiting. And so we're going to be doing that. But we know it's like sometimes, we're going through struggles and not everybody is able to afford the book. So one of our wonderful community members, who shall remain nameless, wants to donate 2 books to 2 people from our community who wants to be a part of it, but just, times are rough and are not able to afford it. So she wants to definitely donate $2, purchase and donate $2. And so in order to have those $2, I will accept the first 2 people to send me an email that they're interested in being the person to receive one of the books. Those would be the 2 people. The only thing is, because of cost, you must reside either in the US or Canada. Sorry if you're outside. It's very, this is what our wonderful squaddy, our wonderful community member can afford. You have to reside, you must reside in either the US or Canada. And also, very important, before you send me an email, make sure you are okay with giving your address, because we have to mail the book to you. So make sure if you are okay, because I will have to give your address to our mystery donor. And so, who is a community member here, one of our wonderful, generous community members. So make sure, don't email me if you are not okay with giving me your address. So the first 2 people who is or interested in getting the book and who's okay with me, sending me your address, and then I would have to pass that on to our wonderful, generous donor. So make sure those before, And so when I get your email, I will send you a note. Will respond to you and letting you know that you will be receiving the book. And then I will ask you for your address. So make sure you're able, or you're okay with doing that before you send me an email. So I hope that's clear. And again, we're going to be doing the book club on the 25th. If you haven't started reading the book, Tyler Perry is amazing. I had no idea about this man's life. I always feel like, oh, I know Tyler Perry. And then I'm reading from the page one. I was like, oh my Lord, I don't know nothing about this man at all in any sense of the word. So it's it's so inspiring. So I look forward to us talking about Tyler and his life and the inspiration and all of the things that he talks about in the book that is just super inspiring. So anyway, so definitely, and again, my email is right there, faxon2cents@gmail.com. All right, that would be awesome. So definitely take advantage of it if you're able. So I'm gonna stay in the chat for a bit before we go. Again, there's our faves are minding their business, which I love. They're just doing their thing, minding their business, doing wonderful things, I'm sure, over there in Montecito, and letting other crazy people do whatever it is they need to be doing. Johanna says, if you can't buy the book, you can also borrow it from the library. Pro budget tip, absolutely. If it's at the library, absolutely. That's definitely. And now that we are learning about library Twitter, there are libraries all over. So hopefully they all have a copy. So there you go. That's another way to get it as well. Let's see. Taiwo says Leah has also disinvited Charles from the planned state visit to Australia. History evolves slowly but assuredly. Oh, they did. I didn't realize that they disinvited. I had heard they were going. I didn't realize he was disinvited. Oh, I had no idea. Thanks. Oh, I have to go look into that. I had no idea. Anfu says prayer for Turkey and all affected. Yes, please pray for Turkey. Yep. Fire Lobby 22 Lobby says Syria asked the EU to lift the sanctions because of the earthquake. They are siding with the Russians in the war against Ukraine. Oh, okay, then there's an issue right there. It's just it's crazy. And now it's like you're siding with someone going in to destroy a country, and now your country is destroyed, and now you need help. And it's just like, can you see how destroying, it's like your whole thing is about destroying people, and now you're destroyed. And it's just like, wouldn't it be better to just stop the war, stop this? It's just like, now all of these people, what's going to happen is like all of these people are now displaced. So they're going to be so many refugees from both Syria and Turkey also now looking for a home. It's a mess. It is a whole mess. Why are there wars going on right now when all of this stuff is happening? It's craziness. It's like, for me, it's like I'm looking at this as, if it's a time for where we have to cease any kind of fighting or any kind of disagreement, it's now, because it's kind of like everybody is vulnerable, including the aggressor. So what are you fighting about? How about just focus on taking care of your people? I know this is very simplistic thinking, but it's kind of like, this ain't a time to be fighting anybody at all in any sense of the word, and so it just, yeah. That's why women need to be leaders, need to be the leaders of these countries, because it's like, which reminds me, I think Jacinda Ardern would be wait, was it the 7th or the 12th is her step down date? Yeah, she's stepping down this month. It's just so sad. The world really needs her, but obviously I understand why she felt like she needed to. She has to take care of herself as well. But it's like, we need more like her, Rosa says, Petal, how do you do into the book club? I tried to get in, but couldn't. Okay, so the book club, to explain, the book club is really for our 2 Cents Crew members who are members of the channel. They're part of the 2 Cents Crew. We talked about that. They've joined the channel. It's different from subscribing. Subscribing is just you subscribing. But 2 Cents Crew, who they're members of the channel or our community, they support the channel on a monthly basis. And so part of that is you get little perks and stuff like that. And one of the perk per se is our book club that we just started. So for example, when we do the book club, you'll hear me say for the first hour it will just be the 2 Cents Crew. They will be the ones in the chat and they will be the ones calling in, and then after an hour I'll open it up for the entire community. And so we could have done something where it's just like it's completely separate and stuff, but I think it's great to to do it with the crew for the first hour, and then opening up to the wider community. So if you were trying to get in onto the live chat for the first hour, that was the reason. It was only for the 2 Cents Crew the first hour, and then after the first hour I open it up for everyone in our wider community to be part of it. So hopefully that makes sense. And if you want to join the community, just join the channel. Join the 2 Cents Crew. That's there as well. But again, you don't have to. If you can always listen. It's available to listen to the book club for the first hour, and again the second hour it'll be open. The live chat would be open. You can call in and all of that stuff and join the book club. So there you go. Hope that makes sense. Let's see. Lorna says, are Mumbles and Bumbles supposed to be going to Australia this summer to show Harry and Meghan up? Were they? It's funny because I thought they were going earlier, and they were the ones that were, because Australia's, maybe it was during the fire, so maybe that was like a couple years ago or a year ago, whenever they had the fire, because they were supposed to go, and then Australia was like, no, we don't want you here at this time. So so that was the one I remembered them rescinding that. I didn't realize that they did it to Charles as well, so I have to look into that. I didn't know that part. So if it's correct, thank you for the information. Let's see. Joseph Bruno says, a 10,000 years of human evolution, and we humans still haven't figured out how to get along. Slow learners. I'm telling you, I am just so sick of it, and I don't understand why some people are not sick of this stuff. It's just like, especially now, everybody is struggling. It doesn't matter what country you're in. And especially coming out of COVID, even between, as COVID is happening, and now it's like nobody has time for that kind of nonsense. It just, it's so funny. I'm so like just staying away from any kind of toxic nonsense. It's like even Twitter is like, I stay off of it as much as I possibly can, because before I used to be like on Twitter all the time, and now I'm like, I just want Spoutable because it's such a breath of fresh air, none of the negativity. And it's just like, I feel like so many people are in a space where we're just tired of we're tired of fighting. We're tired of the toxicity. We're tired of, it's just people want peace. And I don't understand why, why there's still, and again, it's simplistic thinking on my part, I'm sure. But it's just like, I'm at a place where I'm tired of hearing it. I'm tired of the fighting. I'm tired of the war in so many different, areas. I want peace. And I don't mind if I'm as simple as possible. That's all I want, peace. Anne says, we need leaders like Nelson Mandela, Gandhi, and our Barbados Mia Motley. Yeah, exactly. It's just like we need people who are really about peace. And this stupid fighting is benefiting nobody, not even the people in their own country. So, yeah. Alan says, but I still have 3 copies of Spare. If you know anyone who wants one, and can't afford. Oh, wow. Thank you, Alan Vernon. Well, there you go. If anyone, so we'll have an email for hire is waiting. And then how about we do the same thing, Alan? If you don't have a copy of Spare and you still want, you can't afford to get one, Alan, I'm assuming you're donating these, or is it as a reduced? Just to confirm, are these donated for free, or is it at a reduced rate, or just so that there is no misunderstanding? And what you can do is, if you'd like, you can send me an email, again, faxon2cents at gmail. I can pass that on to Alan, if and then, or Alan, why don't you send me an email? We can figure out how we'll do this. Send me an email at faxon2cents at gmail, and we can do this. But if you can let me know now if it's free or if it's a reduced rate, or however, just so that we're clear, that would be great. Thank you so much for that. Very generous. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I bought them and will mail them. Okay, so you bought. By the way, thank you so much for your donation. I forgot to mention that part. Thank you so much for your and your second donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yes, I bought them and will mail them. So you giving it for free, right? I'm just confirming. Just want to make sure so that we are completely clear that it's donating, giving it for free. So or not. So I just so that we're clear. Let's see. Jody says, Lorna, they are greedy, selfish people everywhere. They want every popularity and shine to continue forever, no matter who they trample to get it. Those under her employ can testify. Not sure exactly who you're relating to, but oh wait. Lorna says, yes, after the coronation, there's supposed to be some royal family grifter tour with various members going to different Commonwealth countries to promote Shockey's reign. Okay. So I yeah, it's very funny. I mean, I am assuming those tours would be different from the ones they did in the Caribbean. I'm assuming that maybe possibly they would have learned that doing it that way doesn't work. But, on the other hand, knowing the royal family, they don't really change. And they kind of just do things exactly the way they always do things. So we will see. We will see. I'm not covering it, by the way. So there you go. Let's see. Fire 22 Lobby says the Netherlands have already made many donations to Turkey. Netherlands is really showing up the royals, aren't they? They just were apologizing for slavery. They and they've scheduled, or they are doing this, I think, a 3-year research to see exactly their role in slavery and all of that stuff. So they're they're kind of showing up the royals a bit. And the UK royals, very interesting. Very, very interesting to see if the UK royals will follow suit. I wouldn't count on it, but who knows? Let's see. Fire says Russia comes to the aid of Turkey and Syria from a political lens. There is fear that Putin will exert pressure with regards to the war in Ukraine. When he is involved in anything, one can assume. Yep, it wouldn't be far off from the truth at all. So yeah. Let's see. Anne Lewis says, 2 avalanches in Austria and Switzerland and 30 people. Oh, wow. I didn't realize this. New Zealand had 2 months of rain in a day. Turkey and Syria had earthquakes. America has storms and cold freeze. What is happening? Yeah, well, I think we all know. I think we all know what's happening there. So, it is absolutely a mess. Cookies and Cream says, article from Insider Refinery 29, Steve Schmidt, Reverend Al, Nelson Mandela's granddaughter, all need to be plastered on social media and keep trending. We need to keep exposing these ungodly people. Well, the squad is definitely doing the job with that one. Not many other people, apart from the squad, have been reposting and talking about this. So yeah, UK people don't tend to report unless you're part of the squad or the few that are really calling out the press in the UK. None of this stuff will trend apart from if the squad does it, and the squad has been retweeting and tweeting and talking about it, so I'm telling you, it is a fight, definitely. Let's see. I scroll down to see what else is there. Mervis says, I would love a copy of Spare, please. So send me an email, Mervis. Factsan2cents@gmail.com. Definitely. I'm going to put this up here so that you see the email. Factsan2cents@gmail.com. Definitely send me an email. And again, first 2 people for the Tyler Perry book donation, send me an email, same place, factsan2cents@gmail.com. So there you go. And let's see. Oh, Mervis, you're in Jamaica. Okay, so definitely for the Tyler Perry book, that wouldn't work. But so send me an email anyway, and then we will see. Alan, you can let me know. Send me an email and let me know if that will work for you if they're in Jamaica. What how it goes with mailing and all of that stuff. So send me an email, factsan2cents@gmail.com. So yeah. Faya, you're it today. I'm dropping on you all the time. Faya says, have you heard Jack and Eugenie planning to move to US California? That's what the tabloids say. Who knows if that is true? Again, unless I hear it from legitimate sources, I would take a huge grain of salt with that one. Would I be shocked? No. I mean, Eugenie lived in New York for 2 years, and before she had moved back to the US, to the UK, so that wouldn't be shocking at all. She used to live here, so yeah. So would I be surprised? No. Moving to California would be a great thing. I mean, the weather is great. Of course, there are earthquakes sometimes, but it is California, and and they've been out there before. So would I be shocked? No. So, but again, that's something that the tabloids came up with, and they're as we know, that they throw things out there to just see and feel, to see if that story is going to catch on or something, not necessarily if it's the truth. So I would take that with a huge grain of, take it with a whole cup of salt if you want to. Yep. Let's see. Church Nelly says, to all squatties and pedal, please check out this video about Karen on TikTok asking where Meghan is. I don't know who Karen is, and so Church Nelly, no, I'm not going. Anybody asking where Meghan is, I know it's not a squatty, and I know it's something. It's like, no, that I'm gonna say no to. But others, if you want to check it out, sure, go ahead. I tend to avoid stuff like this. For me personally, it's not my thing. And why do you want to know where Meghan is? I mean, Yeah. Wait a minute. It's somebody asking, talking about a Karen. Okay, I guess maybe I am misunderstanding what this video is, but maybe explain a little bit more. Is somebody speaking about someone asking, or I don't know. Maybe I'll just miss it because I'm in a phase of anything negative about the Sussexes I don't want to hear. I'm like pushing it away. I'm in a spoutable frame of mind. Maybe maybe that'll change in a little bit, but I'm in a spoutable state of mind and leaving all the negativity. So yeah. Let's see. Okay, Alan is saying, Petal, I ordered 3 copies of Tyler Perry's book for your book club. Same deal, free, and I will mail them no charge. Okay, so Alan also has 3 copies. So okay, send me an email, and again, only send it to me if you are okay with your giving your address one to me, and I will pass that on to Alan, and I will pass it on to our other wonderful donor, who shall be nameless. So please only send it to me if you're okay with giving us your address. Okay, that would be awesome. So I am looking forward to 3 copies. So 3 copies of Tyler Perry's from you, and then 2 copies from our mystery donor. Okay, awesome. So awesome. Thank you guys so much. So very, very generous. Thank you, Alan, and thank you, mystery donor. You guys are awesome. Hope's Garden says, Petal, I enjoyed your clip on the cat lady. Oh, on the cat lady yesterday. Will you be doing more of these short films in the future? It was really cute. Aw, well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yes, I will be. Because just I started a blog last year, and now I was trying to figure out what to do with the blog, etc. So I did a couple of posts, and I was like, well, what direction do I want to go? And it's taken me this long to figure it out. I want to just keep it as a blog where we just, write and video, really inspiring things from our community. And so part of that is, and again, our 2 cent screw is a little perk for our 2 cent screw members, where they can submit, if they'd like to, a inspirational story, and they could be a guest blogger on the blog for the 2 cents facts and 2 cents blog. And so what's going to be happening on the blog is just going to be little inspirational stories from the community. And so the one that I posted was about this girl. I just literally happened upon her. I just saw her feeding a cat, and I ran across the street, and I didn't even know if she would talk to me. I actually was shocked that she said yes. I was like, oh, can I ask you about this? Can you, would you mind doing an interview? I'm going to put it on my, on my podcast, on my blog. And she's like, oh, okay. And she was so sweet, and her name was Olive. And so it was literally less than a 5-minute conversation. The poor girl was doing her thing, and I ran across the street like a crazy person. I was like, literally just happened upon her. So it's one of those things. So I'll be doing more of those little things for our Facts and 2 Cents blog, because I like that. I like to kind of have that community where we do a book club, we have a blog, and we all get to participate in it if we're going to be here and doing fun things. And I think it could be incredibly creative and inspirational, and then we all get to participate in it. And that's kind of the community that I see, and the vision that I have for this community. And so hopefully you guys, are interested in being part of it. And so for especially 2 Cents Crew members that I don't see you necessarily on the community page, which is where I post everything. So I say this out so that you can hear it. Please check out the community page for, stuff that's for 2 Cents Crew members. So again, if you're interested if you have a cute little story or a little video, not anything personal, please don't put your personal house or your family members there, unless they are fine with being on camera and on social media. But just like that, the little video that I posted, there's no, you don't know where I am. It's just talking to her and her cats. You know what I mean? So so stuff like that I think would be really cool for this community. That way we're doing things, we're being creative, and we're all sharing our creativity together. Maybe we'll also do a photo club as well, because I'm, as a photographer, I just love photography. So I just think it it's great to encourage participation, and then it's really encouraging for everyone to be able to share their creativity. So I'm happy you enjoyed. That was very long-winded. But I'm happy that you enjoyed a little cat lady Olive story. And the cats were cute, and I'm not even a cat person, so the cats were cute. So I'm hoping that she was able to adopt the little one that was injured. So yeah. But anyway, a couple more before we end. Rosa says, Petal, I saw it was a good interview. You get, oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Poor Olive was like, who is that mad woman that interrupted my feeding of my cats? So, but I told her the podcast, so hopefully she sees it. Let's see. Church Nelly says the cat in my neck of the woods don't like cat food. Gave me the side eye when I gave them cat food instead of homemade cooked food. Well, I think if you've been like giving them, homemade cooked food and then try to give them cat food, that they will side eye you, Trish Nelly, the neighborhood cat lady. My grandmother was very much a cat lady, and it's so funny. That didn't rub off on me at all, because she was like that. She would and that's probably what attracted me to Olive, because she would feed, and then all these cats would come into our yard, and she would feed them and stuff. So, but for some reason that never rubbed off on me. I'm not a cat person at all. In any sense of the word. I'm really not even an animals person, even though I grew up with all of these animals around me. I've just never, I got a virtual fish and killed a virtual fish. That's how bad I am with those things. How do you kill a virgin? Ask Petal, and she did. I forgot to give him the virtual food, and it was like, oh my goodness, I couldn't even take care of a virtual fish. So there you go. I am not good at this. Oh, Flo, thank you so much. Thank you for your super sticker. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, and Alan, thank you so much. I just emailed you. Let me know if you get it. Okay, I will respond. Just again, facts and 2 cents at Gmail. So definitely. I will respond. Thank you so much for your generosity again, and our mystery donor. So a couple more before we end. Church lady, Church Nelly, the cat lady. Gwendolyn says, I am a dog person. Oh my goodness. So we have dog people and we have cat people. There is awesome, man. Let's see. Flo says, hi, Petal and Squatties. Been listening, but cannot do much typing at work. Oh, just be careful. I'm happy that you're able to listen, on the sly, that is. Let's see. Anfu says, Squatties are the real family, helping out those in need, who need a buck, just like most families. I know. The generosity here is amazing. It's definitely family environment. Thank you guys so much. April May says, we have guinea pigs, three fat porkers. Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. Oh my gosh, That's funny. Yes, I killed a virtual fish because like with the virtual, you had to like feed the virtual food, the food, and then I forgot, and then it was like a screensaver. So it was just this wild screensaver we had when you can have a virtual fish, but then you have to feed it the virtual food. And for a few days, I forgot about the fish, and the virtual fish died. So yes, how do you kill a virtual fish? Petal will do that. Yep. Sylvia Dixon says, Appel, I have gotten to the point where I have to stay away from crazy day-to-day drama about Harry and Meghan as well. And I will, of course, push back when we need to defend the Sussexes. Exactly. I feel the same. And I especially feel the same now. I am, unless it's really something really serious, in terms of like, I don't know, something legal, something, I wouldn't go like, because they will pull out all kind of nonsense all the time. And I mean, on a daily basis. Why? Because there's a $1 billion industry about hating the Sussexes. But I feel like Harry and Meghan now have a platform where when things come up, they can also speak out. So for me, unless it's something like legal and stuff, I refuse to get into the nonsense of the British press and all the nonsense that they've printed. I mean, I'm sure you've seen all the nonsense they've been printing the last few days. I refuse to engage. I absolutely refuse to engage. I'm like, I have to protect my mental health as well. And so unless it's something, that's a legal thing that could really affect them, then I will just leave them to their toxicity. And that's why most of what I do now is unspoutable. That because I just really, I don't want to be a part of that anymore. It damages your mental health. And so I appreciate Harry talking about there was a period where they didn't even turn their phone. They turn it off, and not so that to protect their mental health. And I think we have to also do that. There are too many things happening now where it's like, there's so much, I mean, gosh, earthquakes and all of this stuff happening to deal with nonsense drama from the British press, especially. So I'm like, no. I am not going to waste. I'm just simply not engaging. So there you go. Felix Brooks, thank you so much for being a new member. Oh, welcome to the Two Cents Crew. Hey, this is your Montecito shout out. We're just pretend we're in Montecito and giving you a shout out, Phyllis. So welcome. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Okay. So I see you, Sean. Sean is like, Andrew is a sicko man. Yes, we see you, Sean. If you remember Sean on, people are still, Sean, people are still talking about just your point with Harold and Henry from the book club on Saturday. So that was fantastic. Thank you so much for what you shared. And it's just like, yeah, I've seen so many comments about that. So there you go. Anyways, guys, Angela is on her way out. She's like, bye, everyone. Have a blessed day. Everyone is safe. Sending lots of love and prayers to all. And I, like Andrea, send all of you guys the same. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much, Alan, and our mystery donor. And I appreciate just your generosity and all of that. Thank you, Phyllis, for our new member, and all of our wonderful squaddies who donated, and whether it's super chats, super stickers, super thanks, all the ways that you have. Thank you so much. Thank you to our awesome moderators, Lydia, who I didn't see today, but Church Nelly, Karen M, Cookies and Cream. Thank you so much for what you've done and all you do really to support the channel. Again, if you're new here and haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. Click the notification bell so you know when we drop a video. And again, if you're able, definitely join our 2 Cents crew, and that would be awesome as well. Thank you guys so much. And also, thank you to our great, I should say, wider 2 Cents crew members who support the channel on a monthly basis. Thank you so much. And also to our wonderful Go Soul supporters who support us. As you can see, they were doing in the chat, whether it's super thanks, super stickers, super, or just straight donations, or if you've been supporting via PayPal, Cash App, or merchandise. Thank you so much, every single one of you. I appreciate everything that you are doing for the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't forget to email me, fraxon2cents@gmail.com, about the books. That would be awesome. And Alan, I'll look for your email. So thank you guys so much. I love you all. Have a fantastic day. And I will see you next time. Bye.